All right.
No.
Nelson, are you able to mute
Yes.
everybody when we get started, and then we'll let them use the chat? I'll show them that feature.
Yes.
Okay. Because when I made you the host, it took away that ability. And O'Dallas will probably join us again. Welcome everybody. Good evening. I want to show you real quickly, if you will look down at your tools and stuff, there's a chat feature. So while Nelson is giving the presentation, we will allow you guys to post questions there, and then at the end we'll take more questions, and it'll be a little bit more synonymously. So without further ado, we're just going to mute you while the presentation's going on so we can get through the information. But I would like to introduce you to Mr. Nelson Taylor. Nelson, say hello. We are recording this session. Nelson has joined us this evening because I thought that he could help us explain this a little bit better, help me, because I have just joined the company. Nelson has been with this company that we're going to talk about this evening for a little bit under a year. We're going to celebrate his 1-year anniversary this March 8th. I'm very proud of him. He is #1 in Virginia within the company, and overall #9 in the entire company overall. So #1 in Virginia, #9 overall, out of over 40,000 associates. I mean, that's impressive. Again, I've just started, but I'm wanting to expand in our area. And most of you on the call know that I also teach by day. And so this is something that I will be honest with you. If it goes further, don't tell on me. You know, I might go back into the business world. I don't know. You never know. But right now, we all know that educators need to supplement their income any way possible. And this is a pretty good deal on the side, because while I'm starting to do this and learning the business, and I want to join forces with Nelson, and I want to build my team, I just want to throw this out there that I want serious people and I want to help people. And you guys were the first group that I thought of. And so please sit back, listen to what Nelson has to say about the company. And if you are truly interested, we can talk further after this information session. All right, Nelson, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the introduction. That means a lot to me. First off, I just hear me okay. So see at the bottom where it says chat, if you can hear me, or if you cannot hear me, let me know. I want information clear and out. So I wish I could say that all the success that she mentioned was all me. It's not. I wish I could say that I'm repping the world. I'm not. It's just that we have a really good product service that we offer to people. And let me see what. Can you not see me?
Can see you. It's just the audio's a little, I don't know. It's better now. Go ahead.
Picking up.
Okay. Well, I wish that I could say that it was all me. It's not. We have a very good service that we have to offer to people, and it's very affordable, and that's the main thing. Have a product that somebody wants and make it affordable where they can attain it, right? So what I'm about the memberships, and also talk about the income opportunity that's attached to them. And I'm going to go over a PowerPoint slide that I'm going to share my screen right now, so you can see. And Kari, can you see my screen just fine?
Yes, it's perfect. I sure can.
Okay, awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this PowerPoint. It's going to the membership, also going to cover the income opportunity attached to it. And I think you guys will definitely be intrigued by the membership, but I think the income opportunity is what's really going to blow your mind. If you're in a job right now that you're working and you don't love it, if you don't wake up every morning just excited about working, which I don't know very many people that do, this is something that can supplement your income as a part-time opportunity, or it can be full-time. Totally up to you what you want to do with it, but it is a very powerful business model and also very awesome services that people want. So as you see here, it's going to be a personal growth, professional opportunity, and a powerful journey. Let me click on this one more time. So I want you to wear your business hat. If you were going to start a business in today's world in 2019, the best business models, they have to be simple, where people can access them and use them, right? They have to be disruptive, which means they're disrupting an industry that they're in, basically meaning there's an old way of doing things, and now there's a new way of doing things. Some examples that we'll talk about is Uber. The old way of doing things is you got a taxi. You don't know how much you're going to cost. You get in, you get a ride. It's going to be expensive. Well, now there's Uber, who's made it a lot simpler, and they disrupted that taxi industry. Also, Noble right here, as you'll see, meaning that people want to have to use it, and it's needed in the world. They're not easily duplicated. If they're easily duplicated, then everybody would do it, right? And they also have to have technology, which is the app on the phone. Literally, I run my business from my cell phone. A lot of the things we do nowadays, our cell phones are taking place of the old technology that we used to use. A lot of people don't even use laptops anymore. It's all on a tablet or a phone, okay? So here's a couple of examples. Like I was talking about, Uber right here, they disrupted the taxi industry. Most places you go now, some of the larger cities still use taxis, but most of the time what people use 9 times out of 10 is going to be a Uber or a Lyft, because it's simple. You know, you got the app on your phone, you type in where you want to go, you know how much it's going to cost, and you know who's picking you up, right? Simple, easy, and a lot more affordable than getting a traditional taxi. The next one you see here is Netflix. Netflix has literally knocked Blockbuster out of business. I'm pretty young, but I still remember the days where you went and raced down there, got your movie. You probably couldn't get the first movie you wanted to see because everybody else got it, so you had to settle for the second chance. And then you had to get it back at a certain time or you get a late fee. Well, if you didn't get the late fee, you got the fee for not rewinding it, right? So now we have Netflix, where literally the movies are streamed to our house. We don't have to leave. And Netflix disrupted Blockbuster so bad that they're out of business. Fun fact, you guys, that Netflix tried to sell to Blockbuster, and Blockbuster turned them down and said their business model will never work. Well, they tried to sell themselves for $50 million to Blockbuster. Now Netflix is worth $50 billion, and Blockbuster's out of business, okay? So this is disruptive industry, and they're coming in with the new wave of technology, okay? So what we're going to talk about today is the legal industry and also the identity theft industry. The legal industry has been around since biblical times. I mean, it's been around since the very beginning. It's not going anywhere, okay? Some of the things that we do know is that it's expensive. I know most of you guys live in North Carolina and Virginia. It's about $300 to $350 an hour to use a traditional attorney. That's expensive. If you're not making $300 an hour, you probably can't afford $300 an hour.
No.
Kari, can you still hear me okay?
I can.
Awesome. They're expensive. They're unresponsive and unaccountable, which means you pay them a lot of money and they only give you the service that you're paying for when they're ready to, or when they have the time to get to you, or they schedule you in their appointments, right? So what we did 46 years ago is we disrupted that industry. We created a business model that's simple, easy, and a lot more affordable for people to have access to top-rated attorneys or to the judicial system. We also created an app on our phone about 4 years ago. Okay, so you have all legal services at literally the palm of your hand. You have a top-rated law firm at your disposal at all times. We've made it more affordable by creating a flat rate where you know you're going to pay a set amount every month, and you're going to have access to these attorneys as much as you need them. Okay, you're not going to have to worry about how much, if I have to use an attorney, how much is it going to cost me? Okay, we also hold them accountable and we make them responsive. The simple fact is we pay these attorneys large contracts, or these law firms large contracts every single month. We control their phone lines, and we hold them to very high standards by giving them deadlines on when they have to, take care of our clients and provide the services they have to. So they're very accountable. They're super responsive because they don't want to lose those contracts with us. Here's a little bit about our company. We are a 46-year-old company. We protect 4.3 million lives in the United States and also Canada. And in March, we're going to have some big news. We're expanding our territory into the UK and some of the other countries. We have a dedicated network of law firms in every state and also just recently all 12 provinces of Canada. We do employee benefits just to show you how large and how powerful our company is. We do employee benefits for the state of Virginia, Wells Fargo, Boeing Airplane Corporation, Michelin Tire, just to name a few of the larger companies that we do employee benefits with. See down here where it says Forbes and CNBC? So remember, you got your business mindset on. Think about this. These two companies, Forbes and CNBC, predicted within the next 9 years, about every U.S. citizen will have the protection of LegalShield. So if you're affiliated with the company and you're licensed to market this product, the next 9 years is looking pretty promising for us as an associate with this company, right? So the thing what you need to think about is somebody is going to sell this membership to the people you know. Is it going to be me? Is it going to be Kari? Or is it going to be you? So that's a decision that you'll have to make. This man up here on the top left is Harlan C. Stonecipher. This is the auto accident that started this company. He was hit head on, put in the hospital on life support. And when they put him in the hospital, the other company that hit him head on, the other party that hit him head on, their insurance company tried to sue him and settle while he was hooked up to life support. His family said, no, we're not doing that. We're going to let him make his own decision when he comes to. And his decision was to fight that insurance company, put a second mortgage on his home. He ended up winning the case, but he said, I never want to have anybody ever go through the same situation that I just did. That's how he developed LegalShield. And cool thing is, fun fact for you guys, and I don't know if a lot of you guys are teachers, but for Kari, his background is he was a full-time school teacher and part-time insurance agent. So he had the mindset of, insurance. That's when this company came along 46 years ago, which was LegalShield Corporation. This is our home office now, a several $1 million office or home office, whatever you want to call it, with over 700 corporate employees. Their sole responsibility is to take care of our clients and also take care of us as an associate. So when you say legal, you guys tonight, if I would have said, hey, are you interested in legal protection? Most of you guys are going to be like, no, I'm a good person. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm not in trouble with the law. I don't need anything to do with legal. Well, what our job is to do is to open people's minds up to help them understand some of the things that happen every single day that has to do with legal. So the Rockefellers and the Kennedys and the most wealthy people in the world use legal to their advantage to keep money in their pocket, okay? So by, I guess, a virtual show of hands, has anybody ever signed a contract or a document? Okay. Everybody has. A cell phone contract. You bought a car, bought a home, sent your children to daycare. Pretty much anything that you do, you're signing a contract or a document. Well, the thing about that is the other party's attorney wrote that. So let's say Verizon, you sign that cell phone contract. Verizon's legal team wrote that contract to protect them, to keep you locked into that contract for as long as they want you in there. And I'm sure some of you guys can agree with me. Had a landlord-tenant issue. Happens all the time. You move out of a place, they want to keep that deposit, and they're going to do everything in their power they can do to try to keep that. Been overcharged or treated unfairly. Happens every single day. Received a traffic ticket. I usually, when I do a live presentation, I say who in this room has ever got a traffic ticket. Everybody's hands go up. Sometimes sometimes people's both hands go up, right? The statistic is on traffic tickets, 1 out of every 4 American drivers get a speeding ticket per year. Okay. Needed your will prepared or updated, your estate planning. 7 out of 10 Americans do not have this done. 7 out of 10 Americans do not have their estate planning done. 10 out of 10 Americans should have their estate planning done. Not everybody does it. And I'll go over more why that's important here in a little bit. Had a real estate transaction. So if any of you guys have ever bought a home, there's a section on that HUD statement or that CD that says legal. And if you do not have this membership, you're paying an attorney or a processor $400 to $500 to take care of those legal needs for you. If you have this membership, we do that at no charge, save you $400 or $500 on your closing costs. And then, of course, we're going to talk about identity theft, a victim of identity theft or concerned about being a victim of identity theft, and also your child's identity. That is a very big topic of discussion now. Children's identities are being stolen just as fast as adults. So these are some of the things we're going to cover. So this screen or this page is to open your mind to some of the things that happen daily that legal is used for. Okay, so here's the app that you will have on your phone. All these services that I'm about to talk about are covered on this app, okay? So the first thing you have right here is personal legal advice. What does that mean? You have access to these attorneys for an unlimited number of issues. You can pick up the phone, talk to them 3 times a day about an unlimited number of things that you have questions on. So locally where I live, and I'm sure it's the same price where you guys live, it's about $300 an hour to consult with an attorney, okay? So you can consult with your attorney for an unlimited number of minutes, and you're not going to pay a dime more other than your flat rate fee a month. And I'll cover the price here in a little bit. So you got unlimited consultation. They will then write letters and make phone calls on your behalf, okay? So I always like to tell a personal story that's happened to me using these two areas of our protection. So I had went to Men's Warehouse and I bought a $98.86 shirt, which was probably not the smartest on my behalf, that expensive shirt. I then took it to my dry cleaners to get it to where I could wear it. I picked it up, got it home, I went to wear it, and I realized that my collar was ripped about an inch. So my $100 shirt that I was so proud of is now ruined. So I called the dry cleaners. I said, hey, picked up my shirt, got it home. It's now ripped on the collar. Can you fix it? Can you do something about it? They informed me that they couldn't do nothing about it, that they weren't going to do nothing about it, that I was basically just out of luck, right? So the average person is just what? Out of a $100 shirt, they'll probably never do business with that dry cleaners again. Well, another option. I called my attorney. As you see on the screen, call your law firm. I said, hey, this is what I have going on. This is my situation. Can you help me? Well, the first thing that was awesome about it is they assured me that I wasn't the only person that's ever called about a problem with the dry cleaners, which made me feel a little bit better that I wasn't just being petty and mad calling about a $98 shirt. So they assured me that I was taken care of, that they were going to make a phone call. They'd done that the same day that I called the law firm, the same day that I picked up my shirt. The lawyers made a call to the owner of the dry cleaners, and they let him know what's going on. He then called me at 5:30 that evening, the owner of the dry cleaner did, and he let me know that all he needed me to do was to bring a receipt of my shirt to his location, and he'd write me a check. I done so the next day. He paid for my shirt. I still do business with him. It's actually a joke when I go in there now. So my situation was resolved. That was a $98 shirt that was paid for, that I got justice for. Now, who would have ever used an attorney to get representation on a shirt? Nobody. But when you had this membership, that's the clout that you had. Anybody else, you would have just took your loss on a $100 shirt. And let's face it, $100 is $100 no matter what you're paying for, right? So the next story I tell is not my client, but it is a LegalShield client. This lady had a $256,000 home burned to the ground. Okay, that's a situation in health. She had insurance. She filed her claim, and when she did, they informed her that her insurance claim was denied. That's another situation. She said, no, there's something wrong. She appealed it. She wanted the insurance company to take another look. They did. They denied it again. Now, I don't know why they denied her insurance claim. They didn't disclose that. But what she done is she went on her app on her phone. She called her law firm. She consulted. She got advice. She let them know what was going on. They wrote 2 letters to the insurance company. And after the second letter, she got a phone call from the local executive of their insurance company explaining to her that they made a mistake and that take care of her home and the cost of her home. Now, that's a good outcome right there. Now, they helped me with a $98 situation on my shirt. They helped her with a $250,000 home. And what you need to know is we both called and consulted. They wrote letters and made phone calls on our behalf, and neither of us paid a dime for them to do so. So I would have never used an attorney. She would have definitely used an attorney. So her home burnt down, her insurance is denied, and now she has to go hire an attorney at $300 an hour to represent her home burning down. A long, drawn-out process. This was all settled within a week. Imagine that. Imagine having that at your disposal. That's a peace of mind for a lot of people. Okay. So we review any contractor documents that you sign. And I highly recommend that, that you have any contractor document that you sign reviewed by your attorney. So I always tell the story of one of my friends who bought a brand new car from a local dealership. It's very well known, large dealership. The section, and if you've ever bought a car, you're going to totally relate to this. There's a section on there where you initial, and then sign it. And all those things that we're initialing and signing, his had a section in there that said vehicle maintenance fee. And let's say that none of us are attorneys and none of us ever read those long contracts. We're just ready to get the heck out of there with our car, right? So what he did is he said, before I sign this, I want to just send this to my attorney so he can review it, if y'all don't mind. They said, yeah, no problem. They actually faxed the contract to the law firm for him. The law firm reviewed it. Within 35 minutes, he got the contract back. They called him and said, don't sign their contract. We're sending a new one. He said, okay. They informed him that they were charging him $500 to fill his car up with fuel, put an inspection sticker on it, and detail it. Saved him $500 on his down payment. The dealership agreed to that and then took that section out and saved him $500. That $500 paid for his membership for almost 2 years, okay? The next section, sorry, let me back up. Didn't mean to click that. The next section is IRS audit assistance. If you're ever audited, know that our legal department will walk you through the whole process of your audit. If you have a really nasty audit, just know that could cost you up to $20,000 in this one single area of our coverage, okay? The fourth or the fifth thing you see right here is civil trial defense. This is huge. In today's world that we live in, people are suing people left and right. Let's face it. That's one of the ways that people are trying to get rich these days. You can sue somebody for $50, and if you're sued, you have to show up in court, and 9 times out of 10, you have to have an attorney to represent you. With this coverage, with this membership, you have 60 hours of an attorney's time to represent you in court if you're being sued or defending yourself in court. So what's that mean? Let's just say you're in an auto accident. It's common. And you rear end somebody or something happens and you're sued. Everybody thinks, well, I got insurance, I'm covered. Not necessarily. If you're being sued, your insurance not most of the time just covers the damages that was done to your vehicle, the other party's vehicle, and some cases they'll help with some doctor bills. But if you're sued, you have to show up in court with an attorney to represent you. And with this coverage, they'll show up and represent you at no charge. You have 60 hours of their time in court. See right here, it says pre-trial and trial time. That includes the pre-trial time of y'all setting up the case and sitting down with the attorney and making y'all's game plan, okay? So that's good to have at your disposal. And just know this, every year it goes up 60 hours. So your first year, you got 60 hours of an attorney's time. This goes in effective immediately. So today you get the membership, this is the effect. So year 2, you have it. It goes from 60 to 120 hours, third year to 180. By your 5th year, you have 300 hours that renew every year. So let's say your 5th year, you use all 300 hours. On your 6th year, you have 300 hours again. That's nice to have at your disposal. Family domestic services. So uncontested divorce, adoption, separation, and name change. We do all those services at no charge. So an uncontested divorce, on average, is about $1,500. That's when the husband and wife are agreeing to separate. Like, hey, listen, honey, we just can't do this no more. We need to, part ways before we kill each other or something. We do uncontested divorces at no charge. We do that for our clients. There is a 90-day waiting period. If you read the fine print down here, there's a 90-day waiting period for just these services, for just the divorce, adoption, separation, and name change. Reason being is because we are a month-to-month contract. There is no long-term contract, and we don't want somebody to just get a membership, get their divorce done, and then cancel, okay? The reason we are month-to-month is because we believe or we know that we have an amazing membership here with a lot of protection included, and as long as we present this information correctly, people will keep it for a lifetime, okay? The next thing, if you've ever gotten a speeding ticket, most of the time what we do is we just pay our fine and go on about our lives, okay? So with this membership, if you have a snap speeding ticket, and if you get a ticket, in doing so, go on your app, click that feature, You literally enter your court date, take a picture of your ticket, and hit submit at the bottom. Use photo, and it sends it to the law firm. The law firm is then going to call you within 4 hours, and they're going to send an attorney to represent your court no matter where you're at in the United States, and you don't even have to show up a typical traffic violation, speeding, failure to appear, something like that, okay? That's good. Now, the whole thing about this is not necessarily just to get out a ticket. We're not against against officers writing tickets or anything like that, but let's face it. If you get a speeding ticket, if you don't pay it, you're admitting that you're guilty. When you admit that you're guilty, that puts points on your driving record. When they put points on your driving record, your state that you live in controls insurance companies and the rates. If they put points on your driving record and then they review your driving record, which they have to do every 3 to 6 months, your insurance is going to go up for 3 years. So one speeding ticket can affect your insurance for 3 years. The more drivers you have on your insurance, the higher your insurance is going to go up, the more it's going to cost you for 3 years. So one of my clients now has the protection, didn't have the protection at the time, got a speeding ticket. It was 4 drivers, her husband, and 2 children. One of the children got a speeding ticket. Her insurance went up $40 a month for 3 years. If you add that up, that's a 3-year span of $1,500. So it's not all about the little $100, $200 fine that you're going to get when you get the ticket. It's more so about the insurance. And it's nice just to have an attorney look this over to make sure it's all done right and go to court and represent you. We have a 91% reduction or dismissal rate in traffic violations that we show up and go to court for our clients. The cool thing about this is no matter where you get a ticket at, let's say you live in North Carolina, but you're in Florida or California or anywhere in the United States, you get a ticket, you're not going to go back to that state or wherever it's at to represent yourself. But we're going to send an attorney that's local to that jurisdiction, that's an A or B rated attorney, top 30% of the nation, to represent you in that traffic case. That's awesome, huh? The next thing you have here is estate planning. This is a huge that speeding ticket is a huge selling feature. Let's face it, who wouldn't want to have disposal to that if they ever get a speeding ticket? We hope you don't ever get a speeding ticket, but if you do, you have that at your disposal. The next thing you see here is we do the estate planning for our clients at no charge. That's huge. If you're a single person and you went to a traditional law firm and said, hey, I want to get my wills, my power of attorney, the whole 9 yards done, they're going to charge you for a single person on average about $500. If there's 2 people in your family, you husband and wife, they're going to charge you $500 a piece. If you have children over the age of 18, they need to have these documents as well. They're going to charge you $500 for them as well. So we do the living will, last will and testament, power of attorney, medical power of attorney, and financial power of attorney as well. The whole set of estate planning documents we do for the whole family, up to 10 people in a family at no charge. Let's face it, if you just get your will done, it's going to pay for your membership for almost 2 years if you're a single person, okay? So what you need to know about wills. A lot of people I hear all the time, I don't got a lot, I don't need a will. That's not true. If you pass away and you don't have your estate planning done, the state that you live in can take up to 42% of what you own, okay? And if you already don't have a lot and they take 42% of it, now you have even less than what you did. Another thing, if you have children and you don't have a will, people always think if I pass away, I'll always use an example. Let's say I have 2 children and me and my wife are in an auto accident and kills both of us. We would always think that, well, my mom and dad or my grandparents will get the children. That's not the case at all. They probably will get the children, but the first person who gets the children is the state of Virginia. So the state then comes and takes the children. Then they have to go to court. Whoever may be, your parents, your grandparents, whoever, a godparent, then has to go to court, prove who they are, and then fight for your children to be able to receive the children to be able to take care of them. I didn't know this until I went through the training with this company, and I would never want to put my parents through that situation. Or if I had the opportunity to protect somebody and offer this to them, and I never did, I would never want to put any of my friends and children through that as well. Okay. The next thing is power of attorneys. If you're over the age of 18, you need to have a power of attorney. Y'all remember the Las Vegas shooting? When that happened, several parents and friends and family showed up to that scene asking officers, EMT, where is my friend? Where's my mom? Where's my dad? Where's my daughter? Where's my son? And you know what they had to tell them? Sorry, ma'am, sir, we can't tell you anything. Because of HIPAA law. There is HIPAA law in effect that says if you're over the age of 18, if you haven't given somebody permission to know your whereabouts, your medical records and things like that, they can't tell you anything. So imagine if you was in a situation where somebody needed to make a split-second life-altering decision on your behalf, and then they had to go and take an hour out of the day to prove who they are to you. That probably would not be good. So one thing that I also didn't know is once I was 18, I didn't have a power of attorney, and I was putting my parents at risk and myself at risk by not having one done, that where my parents could have access to me if anything was ever to go wrong. There's a story I always tell, not so much of a tragic accident, but of a situation to where this parent was paying for their child's tuition to college and wanted to know their grades, okay? And as a parent, I'm sure some of you guys can relate, you're paying for it, you want to know what's going on. Well, you know, they showed up to college and asked, hey, what's my child's grades and this, that, and the third, and they said, sorry, we can't tell you nothing. And you're paying for it, you're probably pretty ticked off. So what they done is they drove all the way back across town, got the power of attorney, showed back up, and they let them know anything that they want to know. Okay? So that's why this is important. Not only is it saving you money, but you need to have this to protect your family. Okay? You wouldn't believe how many times somebody passes away, and when they pass away, family members start fighting over everything they own. And then it breaks up the family, and that person that passed away, the last thing they remember for is causing a huge fight within the family. That's just not something, the legacy that you want to leave behind, okay? One of the cool things is you can do this on the app on your phone. We have paper copies that you can do on the paper, or you can call the attorneys and do it that way as well. Any way you feel comfortable doing it. I've done mine on my cell phone on the app. It's literally step-by-step questionnaire. I've done it in about 15 minutes. And remember I told you we hold these law firms to very high standards? I had my they have to get your wills and documents in your mailbox within 10 days. Within 10 days. That's fast turnaround. So like I said, click on your app, go to estate planning, and do your estate planning there. You can start your divorce, prenuptial agreements, and personal bankruptcy on the app on your phone. The next feature is a 24/7 emergency access button. So this means you have access to your attorneys 24/7, 2 a.m. on Christmas Day. Okay? Some of the things that they mention here, if your rights, freedoms, or liberties are being denied or threatened, you have the right to speak to an emergency access attorney. So that means if you're being detained, an officer is wanting to search your car, or you're in an auto accident, or if somebody is trying to take your children, you have a right to speak to your attorney, and that's 24/7. They have to answer this phone call within 3 rings. And right here it says if you were injured or being asked to sign documents that would forfeit or waive your rights. So what about if you was at work and you was in an accident and they said, hey, yeah, go ahead and sign this paper. That's probably a piece of paper that's going to protect that company and have nothing to do with protecting you. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that. And what you would want to do is say, hey, before I sign anything, let me just call my attorney and ask him what I should do in this situation. What if you're in an auto accident and they always want you to write a statement and sign here and do that? Well, you just got in an accident. You're probably shaken up. Your nerves are all out of whack. And now they want you to write a statement. And in that statement, you write something that could criminalize you in court or whatever it may be. You definitely want to call an attorney and speak to him first thing before you sign anything or write anything down on a piece of paper, okay? That's at your disposal. One of the stories I always tell about this feature is there was a gentleman where I live. He was a school teacher, and him and his wife and his 2 youngest daughters were in the car on the way to dinner to their oldest daughter's graduation. To their oldest daughter's graduation dinner. There was a checkpoint, DUI checkpoint. It was his turn to go through, license and registration. He gave it to him. Well, they came back to the car, told him to step out of the vehicle, put his hands on his hood. He had a warrant for his arrest. Okay. Now, most people would be shocked in this situation. He said, you have a mistake. That's not me. They said, no, sir, you have a warrant for your arrest. We need you to step out of the vehicle. He said, before I do so, can I just call my attorney? So if you don't have this app, and your dad or your mom or your brother or sister is an attorney, you probably don't have an attorney on speed dial. Well, luckily he had the app. He went to the emergency button. He called his attorney and said, hey, this is what's going on. I need you to do something for me. He said, no. The attorney asked to speak to the officer. In doing so, he started questioning the officer. What does he have a warrant for? Where at? Tell me what's going on. the officer informed him that he had a warrant for his arrest for a failure to appear in traffic court in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, this gentleman's never been to Phoenix, Arizona. So what had happened was somebody has stolen his identity, drove on his license in Phoenix, got a traffic ticket, didn't show up to court because that's not their license and they don't care who it falls back on. So that then issued him a warrant. For several months, he had a suspended license and a warrant for his arrest, and he didn't even know it, okay? So there's two options that can happen here. Everybody only knows about the one. The one option everybody knows about, if you have a warrant, you go to jail, right? The next option is an attorney can give you what they call a writ of appearance, which means that attorney says, hey, we're going to guarantee his appearance in court. Don't worry about it. So what they did is they actually gave him a subpoena. They made him switch positions with his wife because his license was still suspended, and they got to go to dinner for his oldest daughter's graduation. Now, the kicker to that story is that's a good outcome. He didn't have to go to jail in front of his wife and his kids, which is great. The next thing is the next morning was the high school graduation for his oldest daughter, and he was a teacher there, and he had to be in attendance. So how would that have looked if the next morning would have rolled around? One, his daughter's devastated. Dad's in jail. The family's devastated. He just went to jail in front of everybody. But everybody's asking, where's Mr. So-and-so? And then the word goes around, oh, he's in jail. He had a warrant for his arrest. That makes you look extremely bad, right? So wouldn't it be nice to have this at your disposal if anything's going on where you absolutely need to speak to an attorney immediately? That's a really important feature of the membership that I like to cover clearly. So everything that I just went over is covered 100%. You won't pay a dime for those services. Now, anything that is a criminal charge, you want to sue somebody, a contested divorce, a contested adoption, or a pre-existing legal condition, we cover anything and everything, but these categories are going to fall under a 25% discount for these attorneys. Okay, so let's say you have a pre-existing custody battle going on and you don't have an attorney or you're not happy with your attorney. You can still use this membership and get a 25% discount on those attorneys' rates. Okay, so I always tell this story. I had a client who had a contested divorce, a custody battle, and a bankruptcy, all three at the same time. I know, a heck of a situation. He used our attorneys. He had a 25% discount. He paid $1,200 to get his divorce done, the custody battle, and a bankruptcy. Only paid $1,200 for all three situations for an A-rated attorney where we live to represent him in court. Fun fact for you guys, last week he just got full custody of his children. It's an awesome outcome. So just so you know, it don't matter if it's just consultation all the way to criminal charges. You're covered. It just depends on if you're covered 100% for free or part of your membership. The other things that fall outside of the coverage is a 25% discount. These are things that you're going to have to use an attorney for, that you're going to have to pay that hourly rate, but now you're getting a 25% discount to make it more affordable for you. That's what our whole membership's about, to keep it affordable to use attorneys, okay? We also do contingency cases. The biggest thing you need to know here is we don't take – most of the time it's about 40% on a contingency case that an attorney will take. We only take about 10 to 15%. So who's covered in this membership? The member, so that would be you, the spouse or significant other, so you do not have to be married, and then up to 8 dependent children under the 26 or a full-time college student. So a child up to the age of 26 is covered on your membership. Dependent children, so this is an adoption situation. Dependent children up to the age of 18, and then physically or mentally disabled children for a lifetime. That's awesome. I think that speaks volumes on behalf of our company. Okay? So the question is, what would you choose? A local attorney for about $250 to $300 an hour that they're so ashamed of that they won't even show his whole face, or literally have us, a law firm in every state that protects you locally, statewide, and nationally, all across the nation for literally about $1 a day. It's literally 83 cents a day to have this protection to protect their whole family. Okay, so break that down. That's literally $25 a month to have this coverage. So let's just say you have this protection and you just get your will done for one person. That's going to save you $500. If you add up $25 times a year, you're only paying $300 for this service a year. $25 a month, about $1 a day. Super affordable, and a lot of benefits come from this. A lot of resources at your disposal. Okay. That's the legal portion. If you have any questions about the legal portion, please post them in the chat box below, and I'll answer them at the end, or Kari can answer them as I'm speaking. The next membership we're going to talk about is identity theft. I'm sure you've all heard about it, and it's becoming more and more a problem every day. Recently, Forbes done an article where there were 620 million accounts, identities sold on the dark web. So what that means is 620 million identities were sold. There's only 375 million United States citizens. So all of our identities are out there floating around at risk of being stolen. It's not a matter of if your identity is stolen, it's a matter of when. And so one thing that I always like to go ahead and break the stigma of identity theft. Everybody always thinks it's about their money, their bank account, their credit cards, their debit cards, and things like that. That is a factor. That is a part of identity theft. But the biggest thing is the bank doesn't protect your identity. They only protect that card and their account that they give you. What they don't protect is your medical insurance, your driver's license, your social security number, your passport, loan documents, and things like that. And I'm going to go over some of the things that we do protect. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is some of the most common types of identity theft. Number one is tax returns. So what that means is somebody steals your identity. They work all year on your social security number and on your ID. And at the end of the year, they leave you responsible for those taxes. Now, if you're a good person working your job, and then at the end of the year, they say you're getting an audit because you didn't pay $10,000 worth of taxes, you're going to be worried, right? That falls outside of the category of just your bank accounts being hacked, okay? Medical claims. So how I break the stigma of identity theft's all about my credit card or my debit card, I like to tell a story about a woman's identity that was stolen. So there was a good woman who her identity was stolen by another woman. The whole 9 yards, her name, her phone number, her insurance, her medical insurance, her social security number, the whole 9 yards. The woman who stole the identity went to the doctor on her and had a procedure done, and the good woman never put her blood type or never had her blood type on file, so they put the other woman's blood type on file. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to mute somebody's phone line here. So the woman went to the hospital, had a procedure done, and they put the woman who stole the identity's blood type on file. 3 years later, the good woman had an auto accident, and when she had the auto accident, they had to rush her to the hospital. She needed a blood transfusion. Well, you know what they did is they put the blood type they had on file in the good woman, and it wasn't her blood type, and it killed her. That's a true representation of identity theft and how it's not all about your cards, how it's not all about your account, how it's more about out there. Okay, that's a story that you can tell one time, and it totally blows away the stigma of the bank protects my identity. I hear it all the time. Social security claims. That's the number 3 most common type of identity theft. The credit, that is your cards and stuff like that. That is still a big problem, but it's not all it's about. Driver's license. People steal driver's license. They want to drive. They can't get a license, so they steal a good man's driver's license and drive on his license. Think back to the gentleman who had the warrant for his arrest. Okay, criminal character. People have a bad record. They still want to work. They still want to drive. They still want to do things, but they can't because the record's bad. So they steal a good man's identity and then get a job, work on his name, drive on his license. So one of the things is I grew up watching Cops my whole life when I was a kid, right? And one of the things they always taught us was you're innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Well, not with identity theft. You're instantly guilty until you prove your innocence. So think back to the gentleman who was driving his car who got stopped in the DUI checkpoint. He was instantly guilty. Step out of the vehicle, sir. You have a warrant for your arrest, right? He didn't do anything wrong. Somebody stole his identity. Now he's in trouble. Now he has to go prove that I'm innocent. Okay, that's a big problem with identity theft. Sorry, hold on. Give me 1 second. So here's the things that we monitor. What's going to happen if you have an alert? If anything weird's going on with your identity, you're going to get an alert on your phone. You're also going to have updates on your credit score. You have 2 features right here. Call your LegalShield advisor and an emergency number. So if identity theft happens and it happens to you, that's going to be an emergency. You have access to call these people, and they're instantly going to start working on your behalf. So here's some of the things that we monitor: credit scores, social security number, passports, your driver's license, your medical, insurance and ID numbers, your email addresses. If somebody takes a loan out in your name, you're going to get an alert. If somebody has a hard inquiry on your credit, you're going to get an alert. We protect all your bank cards and credit cards, store cards, and things like that. Bank accounts. We monitor the black market web, or the dark web, better known as. Like I told y'all, there was just Forbes did an article last week where 620 million accounts and identities were sold on the dark web in 1 week. One hacker sold this many accounts. We monitor that. If your name, number, any of these categories pop up on the dark web, we instantly shut it down, and then we go to work tracking who that was to convict that person. We also monitor social media. We've all seen on social media, Facebook and stuff, people posting, hey, that wasn't me. Somebody stole my account. Sorry for all the messages. We monitor social media. And so you might not think that's such a big deal, but think about how much information's on social media. One, they track where you're at. Two, they have your email address, and in your email address, you have all your information. And now there's a feature on social media where you can pay people. So if you have your cards connected, there you go. Now they got your account number and information as well. So this right here, I want to just express why we have the number one identity theft protection program in the country, and also how we differentiate ourselves from others. Okay, so think about this. We have no competition in the legal industry. Zero. We're the only company that offers that. And the identity theft side, there's a couple other competitors, but they can't compare to what we have to offer. One, we have the most affordable price, and two, we have the most coverage, and three, we partnered with Kroll, Kroll, in 2003. We were the very first identity theft protection company on the market, okay? 2 years later, in 2005, a couple of the competitors come out that y'all know, who is LifeLock and also Experian. They came out 2 years after us. So we're the pioneers, the very first ever. What you need to know about Kroll is Kroll does every federal agency's background check and protects every federal agency's identity, okay? So the Pentagon, the White House, FBI, the same company who protects those federal agencies protect LegalShield's clients as well. How can any company compete with those statistics, okay? The next thing you need to know is we do the whole restoration process for you. If you're ever compromised, we literally do whatever it takes, as long as it takes, to restore your identity to the way it was before pre-theft status. So what's that mean? You have the protection. Somebody steals your identity. You're not going to have to go to the courtroom, or you're not going to have to go to the bank, or you're not going to call the IRS and prove you. You're not going to fill out a bunch of paperwork. We literally do the whole process for you to keep you working, to keep you stress-free. We're going to call and let you know that, hey, this happened. Don't worry about it. We're taking care of it. They call the bank, reinstate your cards, get everything taken care of so you're not stressed out and worried about what's going to happen next. Get your money back in your bank account, okay? We back that with $1 million service guarantee. So that's the ID Shield portion. If you have any questions about that, comment in the box, and I'll answer them, or Kari can answer them as well. So this is what you got. The LegalShield protection. You have the app on your phone, $25 a month to protect your whole family, okay? We are the only company that offers this as a protection plan. Super affordable, a lot of coverage, okay? Identity theft is also, we're the number one identity theft protection program in the country. We also have all the coverage that you need here. And we have some comparisons to some of the other companies if you need to see that, or if you already have some identity theft with another company, we have comparison charts to show you why we are number one, okay? So here's the price. A family plan, which is basically a legal plan and an ID Shield plan for the family. So the family legal plan covers 10 people. The ID Shield plan covers 10 people. They're $25 a piece, or $24.95. I just say $25 to save me some breath. So it's $50 a month for a family, or $49.90. The individual, which is for a $25 legal plan and a $10 ID Shield plan. So for Kroll to protect a single person's identity, it's $10 a month. Extremely affordable. $10 a month to protect your identity from all the chaos that's going on is very affordable. This is the combo price. This is both plans together, okay? You do not have to get both plans together. but they are built for each other. So if you say, hey, Nelson, or hey, Kari, I just want that legal plan, you can be $24.95. Or if you say, hey, Kari, I just want that $10 ID Shield plan, you can get that. It is a la carte, but these just show the combo prices, okay? So for a family to have both plans, 10 people's covered, $50. For an individual to have both plans, $35 a month. Super affordable. Now, that's still an expense. I mean, $35 or $50 a month is an expense. That's a bag of groceries, a tank of fuel. That's an expense. So what we've done is we came up with this Members Perks program. We want you to have this membership. We want to protect you, but we also don't want this to be an expense to your pocketbook, okay? So we have partnered with 400 nationwide and local companies to give you discounts on things you use every day. So every cell phone provider gives a discount. Every cable and like DirecTV and Dish Network gives you a discount on your TV bill, right? So me personally, the 2 discounts that I know that I'm going to save on every month is Verizon. I save 8% a month. DirecTV, I save 20% a month. Just those 2 discounts save me $32 a month, right? So I'm a single person. I only pay $35 to have both protection plans. I know that if I don't use any other discount, I pay $3 to have both protection plans. So this is to offset the cost of your membership. We don't want you to have to pay a dime for it. I do use Best Buy. They have great discounts, 10, 20% off purchases. Office Max, Office Depot. I just saved $66 on a transaction there the other day. That paid for my membership for almost 2 months. Traveling, hotels, flights, rental cars, you get discounts on that. eBay, Amazon. I just saved money sending my mama flowers for Valentine's Day. I saved $12 there, one transaction. Blue Apron. I mean, this is about 30 of them. There's 400 nationwide and local companies that we give you discounts. So use this to offset the cost. Shouldn't cost you a dime to have this membership, okay? So those are our 2 memberships. Let me check this chat box and see if we have – do we have any questions, Kari?
No, not so far.
Okay, cool.
But I do want to, if you don't mind, Nelson, I want to interject here because, the sole purpose of this presentation was to bring everybody together and to give them information about the company so that you would understand if this is something and get some information to make an informed decision to see whether or not you want to get into this opportunity. Because a lot of us, we do have other careers. And like I told you in the beginning, for my friends that are on here, that this is an excellent opportunity for us to add to what we're already doing, or, it might be an opportunity to take this elsewhere. So with my business background and Nelson's savoir faire, we can build this team together. But anyway, the next part is if you're truly interested in knowing what it is you are getting yourself into, I'm going to let Nelson tell you a little bit about that and see so you can understand how the system works.
Awesome. Okay, I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me. I'm not saying on top.
No, we can hear you.
Okay. So Thomas, that is your service that's bad, not mine. He texted me and told me that he couldn't hear me well. Okay, so we're going to talk about how we can market these products to people and make some money. So I'm sure all you guys seen value in those services. Super affordable, super valuable, and also an awesome way to offset the cost and then also save more than what you're actually spending. If you use those member perks, you shouldn't pay for your membership, but you should also save money into paying some other bills. So if you've ever went to a good restaurant and you had an awesome dinner, you told your friends and family about it, like, hey, you got to go to this restaurant, get this meal. It was amazing. Or you seen that movie Bird Box on Netflix and you like, hey, I just seen the weirdest movie I've ever seen, but it was awesome. You should check it out, right? So you're referring these things to other people. And that restaurant didn't give you a free meal and Netflix didn't give you a free month subscription, right? Well, we're the same. You seen that membership, you seen you in it. If you refer that to somebody else, we're going to pay you a commission anywhere from $60 to $280 per membership that you market or refer to other people. So we are a word-of-mouth marketing and team building company. Sorry, guys. I've been doing a lot of talking today. So what that means is our company doesn't do any type of advertising. We don't do any type of Super Bowl ads, TV commercials, internet ads, billboards, or nothing like that. Our sole responsibility is for us, me, Kari, and you guys, to go out here and tell people about this membership. Hey guys, I just seen an awesome membership last night. I think it can really benefit you and your family. Would you mind if I show you a little bit about what it's about? People's gonna say yes, and you show them they like it. The company's gonna pay you a commission. So just like Netflix, like I was just saying, you seen Bird Box, you said, hey, that's a weird movie, you should go see it. People watch it, you refer people to Netflix, they don't pay you anything. Uber one-ups Netflix and Facebook and a couple other companies, and they pay you a ride credit. Well, ride credits don't pay my bills and don't put food on my table. But LegalShield pays you a commission just for referring the membership, just for telling people about it. We pay you anywhere from $60 to $280 per person you protect, okay? So there's 4 ways that we can get paid, and there's 2 avenues that you can take. The first avenue is you only want memberships by yourself, okay? The other avenue is you want to sell memberships, but you want to build some leverage and have a team of people selling memberships with you, is what myself and what Kari is doing. She wants to have a sales force where you guys live at in North Carolina. So if somebody gets this membership, it's going to come from you guys, okay? She's leveraging her time and leveraging her income. So the 2 avenues are sell memberships by yourself or sell memberships with a team. There's 4 ways we get paid, right? And most people work a job, and there's only one way you get paid. That means bust your butt and hope your check comes at the end of the week or end of the month, right? So the first way we get paid is personally selling a membership, personally enrolling a member into this program, okay? The second way is overrides from your team enrolling members, okay? And I'm going to go over that here in just a second. The third way is residual income on personal sales and team sales. So residual income means you sell something once or you do something once in your life, you're getting paid every year again and again and again for that one action that you took. And then also bonuses and incentives, okay? So before we get too far into it, I just want to give you guys a little background on me. Not too much, really quick, because I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. We've already been on here for a little bit. I was a heavy equipment diesel technician, and for 4 years before I started with this company, I worked for $15 an hour, and I worked on a big greasy truck, and I didn't like that so much. And when I worked on that truck for an hour, I got paid $15. The company got paid $120, okay? So it took me 4 years to realize, like, hey, I'm building somebody else's dream. I'm filling up somebody else's pocket, and it definitely isn't mine. And so after 4 years, I started looking for a better opportunity, and I landed this one. I've been full-time at this company for March 8th will be 1 year now. So this bonuses and incentives was my incentive to work all year was, hey, I'm going to get a 25 to 50 cents raise at the end of the year. Woohoo, how exciting, right? If you add that up, that ain't a lot of money. But honestly, the way we think is we're super stoked to get a 25, 50 cent raise, and now ultimately that don't add up to be a lot of money. My bonus at the end of the year was, hey, work all year hard for us, make us a lot of money, and at the end of the year, you know what I got? Was this little old turkey about the size of a chicken. It might have been a chicken. I'm not sure, but that's what my bonus was for working hard all year for that company, okay? Took me 4 years to realize, hey, that's not very smart. I need to find something else, build something for myself, okay? One other thing you guys need to know is we don't work for LegalShield. We work for ourselves. When you start this business, you are working for yourself. You don't have a boss. You set your own schedule, and there is no quota. There is nobody telling what you have to do and what you don't have to do. So this is our corporate pay structure. This pay structure is based on a $40 or a $50 sale, okay? So as a brand new person, your first commission is going to be $60. This is a performance-based pay structure. So performance-based pay, what you need to know is we're used to that already, and you just don't think about it, okay? So when you go to a restaurant and a waiter waits on you or a waitress waits on you, they're already performance-based pay. They get paid a measly $2 and some change an hour, but they're depending on their performance, serving us to depend on the tip that we give. So the better they perform, the more we pay them, right? That's what we're used to. And this performance-based pay structure is the way the world is going. There's several companies that are going this way now. A lot of companies pay you a set amount an hour, but then they also pay you a commission to make you want to work harder. That's just the way the world's going. Okay, so this is our performance-based corporate pay structure. Everybody, when they starts out as an associate. You go out, you sell a membership, you get paid a $60 commission, okay? Now, the next level of pay is a senior associate. So you have an opportunity to get a pay raise of $60. Not a quarter, not 50 cents, but $60. So you go from $60 per membership that you sell to $120 per membership that you sell, right? Sounds good. How do I get, you say, hey, Nelson, how do I get from 60 to 120? That would take me like 100 years of working my normal job to get there. Well, with us, it's literally two options. So remember the two avenues. You can sell memberships by yourself or with a team. If you want to go to $120 by yourself, it's simply go out and protect 6 families. Sell 6 memberships, okay? If you want to build a team, you don't have to, but if you do, you sell 3 memberships. One of those 3 memberships says, hey, how'd you get hooked up with this company? How much money you're making? Can I work with you? So out of those 3 memberships, one person comes on board as an associate, which we're hoping that you guys will help us do tonight. So 2 options, 6 memberships. After your 6th membership, your 7th membership, you get paid $120. Or 3 memberships, one of those memberships then become an associate. 2 options here. So after 3 memberships, 1 associate, now you're getting paid $120, okay? Next level of pay is a manager. You're getting paid $140 per sale. How do you get here? 15 memberships by yourself or 15 memberships with you and the team that you're building, okay? So it could be me and Kari. Kari sells 10 memberships. I sell 5. Now we're making $140 a sale, okay? Or it can be me, Kari, and her brother. We all sell 5. Now we're making $140 per sale, okay? Makes sense? This is leveraging your time and leveraging your income. Senior manager, $160 per membership. Nelson, how do I get there? 50 sales by yourself or with a team. Director, $190 per sale, 100 sales with a team or by yourself, okay? So 100 sales by yourself can take a little bit, but 100 sales with a team can be as fast as you want to build this, okay? So check this out. There is no quotas. This is a performance-based pay structure. Once you move up in pay, you never go back down. So once you go from an associate to a senior associate, you'll never go back to associate. You'll always be a senior associate until you go to manager. Once you go to manager, you'll be a manager until you go to senior manager, and so forth and so on. Once you hit director, once you have hit 100 sales, no matter if it's by yourself or with a team, you're always a director. You always make $190 per membership you sell. So check this out. What if you're just a senior associate and you make a 30-minute presentation? You show somebody this information about the LegalShield and ID Shield membership. They like the product. They want to get the service. You've done a 30-minute presentation. They get a membership. You just made $120. Sound pretty good? I ain't never got paid $120 for 30 or let's just say it's an hour's worth of work, okay? So once you hit director, that's the highest permanent position in our company, okay? Once you get there, you can then go for senior director and executive director, okay? These levels of pay. If you by yourself or you and your team are doing 25 sales a month, you're making $230 a membership. If you and your team are making 50 sales a month, now you're making $280 per membership. $280 to sit down with somebody that you love or know and say, hey, this is a protection program that's out there that can benefit you tremendously. They like it. They get it. You got paid $280 the very next day. So our company, we don't make you wait a week. We don't make you wait 2 weeks. We don't make you wait a month. We pay you the next day for making a sale, right? Wouldn't that be nice if you got paid every day for the work that you've done? You have that option here, okay? So this is the production that you get paid for selling a membership yourself. So let's just say, like I said, you're just an associate. You do your 3 sales and 1 associate, and now you're getting paid $120. You sit down, you sell a membership. Let's just say it takes you an hour to do so. You got paid $120 the next day for doing so, okay? That's your performance. This is the pay that you get for your performance. The next level of pay is team overrides. So this company gives us an incentive to simply go out there and let other people know that there's an income opportunity attached to these memberships, okay? So just like Keller Williams, the real estate group, I'm sure you guys have that. Shake your head, Kari, if y'all have that there. Keller Williams is a massive real estate group all across the nation. They have tens of thousands of real estate agents that work under their umbrella of Keller Williams, okay? Keller Williams gives them all the tools that they need to be successful, all the technology, all the resources that they need. Well, in doing so, the person, Keller Williams, gives these agents the opportunity to work with them. So they want a little percentage of kickback. So every time those agents sell a home for Keller Williams, Keller Williams gets a little piece of the pie, right? That's how they keep in business. So we're the same way. So let's say Kari reached out to me and said, hey, Nelson, there's this membership I think you should take a look at. Awesome. I took a look at it. I love the membership. She said, hey, there's actually an opportunity attached to it to make some money if you just refer this to other people. I say, okay. She shows me. I love it. I then take the opportunity to the company. Let's just say Kari is a senior associate. I go out and sell 10 memberships my first week. I'm gung-ho. I go out and crush it. I sell 10 memberships. She gets $20 for every membership that I sell just for giving me the opportunity. That's the incentive the company puts on the line to say, hey, you go out and let people know there's an income opportunity attached. We're going to pay you a little percentage of every sale that they make. So I got my $60 commissions on my sales. She got $20 for every sale I make, okay? So let's just say Kari is an executive director. She's making $280 per sale, but she's also making these overrides, okay? So she don't only get a $50 override off me making my sale. She gets 50 plus 40 plus 30 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20. Now, I ain't very good at math, so luckily they put it over here on the side for me. That's $180 added up. So let's just say I go out and I sell those same 10 memberships my first week. She gets $180 for every membership that I sell. 180 times 10 memberships that I just sold. She just got paid $1,800 for the work that I did just for saying, Nelson, there's an income opportunity with this company. Are you interested? Doesn't that sound great? So is she not my biggest supporter, my biggest cheerleader? Does she not want me to be successful and make sure everything that I do is going to be successful? She definitely does. So remember, you guys, I used to work at that heavy equipment diesel shop, and I was the youngest guy working there. I'm 27 years old now. When I started there, I was in my early 20s. All the guys there was much older than me, and they didn't want to teach me nothing, didn't want to show me nothing, didn't want me to succeed because they were comfortable where they were at, and they didn't want me to be better than them, and they didn't want me to work harder than them. So they wanted to do everything they could to hold me back for me to be unsuccessful, okay? Not with this company. That's one of the things that I love about this company is it's all about teamwork. Just like Kari. Kari's brand new with the company. I'm on here helping her tonight present this information to you guys, and I would gladly do the same for you guys as well, okay? So this is the thank you that the company gives us as the associate for simply reaching out to other people and giving them the opportunity to make some income with our company, okay? Team overrides is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. This is passive income. This is you're doing your normal job, your day-to-day job, and this is money that's coming in your bank account daily from the work that other people are doing, and all you did was just give them the opportunity, okay? Now, remember those bonuses that we talked about? Check this out. So if you go from an associate to a senior associate within 20 days, you either sell 6 memberships or you do a 3-in-1, which is 3 memberships and 1 associate within 20. They're going to pay you a $180 bonus on top of your commissions that you've already collected, okay? Do this within 20 days. They're going to give you a $180 bonus. Now, let's say you move up the ladder and you hit executive director. You stay executive director, so that means you and your team or you by yourself are doing 50 sales for 3 months consecutively. They're going to pay you a $5,000 direct deposit into your bank account after that 3rd month. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if your job said, hey, you've been doing good work for 3 months. Here's $5,000, right? You probably drop over the floor dead. Just doesn't happen in traditional America or the traditional job that we're used to, where this is performance-based. You're performing, they're rewarding you, okay? So the power of leveraged income. There's a famous saying by a man named J. Paul Getty that says, I would rather have 1% of 100 people rather than 100% of myself. So what's that mean? That basically means if I have a traditional job, I'm working at that diesel shop. If I'm out of work for a week, 2 weeks, 6 months, I don't get paid, right? After a while, I probably don't have a job. So where this, if you don't build this team, you have the power of leverage income. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Build a team of 30 associates. So that's 30 people on your team. And if you think 30 is a lot, I'm within my first year with the company. I'm not even a year yet. March 8th will be my 1-year anniversary. Today, as we speak, I have 52 associates on my team. 52, not 30, but 52, okay? And I like to lead by example and show you guys this is real life. I'm not bragging, but I'm just showing potential. If you have a team of 30 associates and each of them is just doing 5 sales, just 5 sales, not 10, not 20, but just 5 sales a month, right? Very doable. And your override is not 180. It's just $50, just $50, $50 override times 5 sales per associate. So 30 associates, 5 sales, $50 override. You're making $7,500 a month just off overrides. This isn't any of your production, just off what your team is doing. So you see when Kari was talking about at the very beginning, is plan is not to be a teacher her whole life, right? She loves to do it. She's told me she's loved to do it. But wouldn't it be nice to just teach people? This is what I do now. I teach people how to be successful, and within teaching people how to be successful and creating income, I also get to create income as well. So 30 people doing 5 sales at a $50 override, $7,500 a month. Anybody can live off that? I know I can. So we've talked about commissions. We've talked about passive income. We've talked about bonuses. The third thing, this is what sold me on the company. This is what really intrigued me. This is what made me start my business the day that it was presented to me. Residual income. So everybody has auto insurance on their car, I'm assuming. If you don't, I won't tell, but you're supposed to, just so you know. Whenever you pay your monthly premium of your car insurance, the agent who wrote policy every single month, right? Can y'all hear me okay? Connection is unstable.
We can now.
Can you hear me okay, Kari?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
One of the things that we do is we pay residual income as well. So think about it like this. You guys sell me a membership today. If I have membership again, it's one-time enrollment. I have the membership for 1 year. You get paid again next year for selling me that membership 1 year ago. Okay? So you sell it to me today. Next year, you get paid again. Year 2, you get paid again. Year 5, you get paid again. Year 10, you get paid again. You're getting paid every year for as long as I have it. Okay? That's on every membership that you sell. So think about it like this. Let's say today you went to your job and you worked. You're doing an awesome job at work today. Next year on this same day, 365 days later, you got paid again for the work you've done today. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, that's what we offer here in this residual income. This is something that's like legacy building. This is you building up income that's going to pay you for a lifetime. So all this income that you build up with this company, this residual, is willable to generation to generation to generation. So once you build this up, let's just say in 5 years you build up $10,000 worth of residual, which that's on the low end. That's a very part-time person. That means on at the beginning of the year, you know you're making $10,000 before you do anything. That's you getting paid on your prior work that you've done in the past. Okay? What you need to know is this income that you build is willable to your children and to your grandchildren. And as long as these memberships are on the books, your family's still getting paid no matter if you're dead or alive. That's awesome to know. I know that I'm building up my children's college fund, my retirement fund, and also hopefully my grandchildren's college funds. Okay. When I pass away, I want my family to know me, that I left something behind, not that I left them with, court battles, chaos, and family feud because I didn't have my will done. Okay. So to start a business, how much is it? Usually it's several thousand, if not millions of dollars to start a business. With us, it's a simple one-time fee of just $99, okay? So what's the $99 now? So why do I got to pay $99 business, okay? You're starting your very own business. You own this. You are a business owner. Now, corporate, just like Keller Williams, like I was talking about, they give all those real estate agents everything they need to succeed. We do the exact same thing here. We give you everything that you need to be successful. All the marketing material, your own personal website that people can go enroll on your website, and you get paid the next day. Okay. We give you the apps on the phone to run your business. And we also give you access to corporate headquarters, which does all the customer service work. So this is it. You sell the membership, you're done. The attorneys and the LegalShield Kroll takes over, and then corporate office takes care of all your clients for you. That's it. You sell the membership, you get paid, you're done. Okay. That's worth $99. That's a one-time fee of $99. Okay. So what if I told you there's a step-by-step game plan on how to be successful? Like you go to Walmart, you buy a shelf, and then you open it up, and there's some instructions, and it says step 1 is this, step 2 is this, step 3 is this, and after step 5, this is your shelf that you hang on the wall, right? It's step-by-step. You have a shelf at the end. You're successful in building that shelf. We have a step-by-step game plan on how to be successful with LegalShield as well. That's a peace of mind for a lot of people. A lot of people worry, well, if I start what do I do next? Well, just so you know, myself, Kari, any of the leadership on our team is more than willing to help you. We want to help you grow your business. So here, check it out. Step 1, enroll a member. So that means sell a membership, protect a family. Your commission is $60. In the month of, we had this thing called a Mad Streak bonus. So as long as you're an associate in February, you get this $25 bonus on top of your $60 commission. So instead of your first commission being $60, it's now $85. Your first sale is paid you back for your first $99 investment. Okay. So first step, enroll a member. You get a commission of $85. Second step, and this is the fastest way to do it. That's why we show this way. Okay. Second step is recruit an associate with a membership. So every associate has to have a membership. So you got another commission of $85. Your third step is to enroll one more member, just one more member. You got a commission of $60. Then you get this bonus of $180 for what we call doing leveling up. So you got all these commissions, which totals up to be $410. You just made $410 in 20 days. I'll tell you guys what, Kari done this in the matter of 5 days. She done all these steps within 5 days. She made $410 within her first 5 days of the business. Okay. We give you 20. It don't take you 20. Her brother done it in 48 hours. Okay. So it's all in how fast you want to do this. So you just made $410 within 20 days or 2 days or 5 days, how long it takes you. You get this $180 bonus. So that's your game plan on how you level up. So then once you do that, now you're making $120. So let's say you do it again. Let's back up. Let's say you do it again. So instead of being $60, it's $120. Instead of being $60, it's $120. Instead of being $60, it's $120. Okay? Once you leveled up. So now if you help 3 other people do this, just 3 people do this within your first 20 days. Remember those overrides? As a brand new person, you get $20 override, remember? So you got $20 override on 9 memberships. So this is you. You've already made your 410, and y'all can see my little mouse wiggling around. That's you. You made your 410. You help 3 other people do this. They all do their 3 memberships, which is a $20 override, which is $180 you just made. Plus you get that matching bonus for the Mad Streak. So remember those bonuses on top of the commission? You get a matching bonus for helping your people's business in February. Okay? First times 3 people, that's $150. 3 level up. So remember when you leveled up and you got paid $120 as long as you do it within your first 20 days? If you help people do that, you get paid the same $180. So Kari's going to help you level up within your first 20 days. She's going to make sure you do step 1. You get your 180 bonus. She gets a 180 bonus. You take and help 3 people do the same thing. They get a $180 bonus. You get a $180 bonus as well. Ain't that amazing? So that's $87. That's $870 you made by helping 3 people do this. Plus your 410, that's $1,280 you just made in 20 days. $1,280 you made in 20 days. That's good part-time income. It don't have to take you 20 days to do this. There's a girl on our team, just came on board 6 days ago. She's already got 2 people done. She's working on her 3rd person who will be done by Sunday. She'll have this done within 12 days. She'll make $1,280 within 12 days. That's good income. And I know this is a lot of information to take in. Don't be overwhelmed. That's what we're here for, is to help you walk through this step by step and make a game plan and execute it. And believe me, Kari will tell you, I've made several offers to come to North Carolina and help her. So the commissions are good. That's your step-by-step game plan. This is one thing that we like to pride ourselves on. So there is no quota. This is business, but we like to drive production by giving incentives, right? So if your job said, hey, you work hard for the next 3 months, we're going to give you a free vacation. You're going to do more work in the next 3 months than you ever have in your life, right? We're the same way. We don't have any quotas, but they say, hey, Nelson, hey, Kari, hey, whoever's on call, you worked for this 3-month incentive period. We're going to send you on a free vacation to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Does that sound good? I'm sure a couple of you guys are shaking your head. I can't see you, but I know you're shaking your head. Well, that's what they're doing for us right now. As an associate, they give us an incentive period that's going on right now that we can win a free trip to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, okay, which is extremely nice. So here's our proven track record. okay, Nelson, it also sounds too good to be true. It is too good, but let me tell y'all, it is true. These lawyers do the work, the identity theft protection, very, very good money to do so. So here's our proven track record. We have produced over 400 people who make over 6 figures a year. So this is anywhere from $100,000 to right under $1 million per year. Okay, 200 plus people that make $50,000 to $100,000 per year. 230 people who is in the millionaire club within our company. That means we've 230 people who make over $1 million a year with our company. 230 people making over $1 million a year with our company. Okay? We've paid over $1 billion in commissions in the last 10 years. $1 billion in commission in the last 10 years. You break that down, that's $100 million our company pays out in commissions a year. Now, that piece of that yearly commission can be as much as you want it to be of yours. It's about the amount of effort that you put in. This gentleman right here is Brian Carruthers. He is the #1 earner in our company. He's the top guy in our company. He makes $1.2 million a year. He makes $97,000 a month residual income. Let me repeat that. $97,000 a month residual income. Anybody live off that little chunk of change? This gentleman here at the top left, Mike Humes, was a postal worker. He was a mailman. Somebody said, hey, man, you run up and down these roads every day. You're sweating your butt off. I think you should take a look at this opportunity that I just got introduced to. He sat down with him. He took the opportunity. He ran with it. He makes $500,000 a year. This gentleman and his wife, Frank and Teresa Coyne, were millionaires when they started the company. They were both in their 60s. They're still with this company today. This gentleman told me, Frank Coyne right here told me personally, he said, Nelson, don't ever do any work that you're going to get paid one time for. He said, anything you do, make sure you can get paid residual income on, okay? And I've took that to heart. He told me that last year when we were at our international convention, and I haven't done any piece of work since then. It's not going to pay me for years to come, okay? So here's some benefits, and I'm done after this slide, I promise. I know I've been talking for a while, and I appreciate you guys sticking around. This is the benefits of starting your LegalShield business. Create upfront and residual income, right? You're getting paid for the sales, and you're also building income that's going to pay you for a lifetime. You're also going to have tax advantages of owning your own business. So every mile you drive in your car, you write it off as a tax deduction. Your cell phone bill, your $100 investment to start your business, you're writing all those things off as a tax advantage. Your office space within your home. My office space is literally right beside my bedroom. My commute to work is hop out of the bed and work right beside your bedroom, okay? Flexibility to control your own time schedule. That's huge to me. I used to hate waking up at 7 a.m., going to work, getting told when I had to be there, when I could get off, when I could take vacation. That sucked. I didn't like that.
What happened? Nelson, are you good? Can everybody else hear me?
Successful friends. You're the product of the people you hang around. You hang around, I'm sorry, Kari, I muted you. You hang around 4 millionaires, you're bound to be the fifth one. You hang around 4 bums, you're going to end up being the 5th bum, right? So the people that I hang around and associate myself with now have vision, have goals, want to do more, be more in their life, okay? And this is the awesome opportunity to do so, okay? And living life on your own terms, basically doing what you want to do, when you want to do it, setting your own schedule, making your own income, determining how much you're going to make. I definitely want it. I definitely want to become an associate. I'm ready to get trained, get started, and making some money, okay? So all I want you guys to do here is let Kari know what number you are, any questions that you may have, and any anything that we can do to help you get started in your business, I'm here to help Kari as much as possible. So if y'all guys have any questions, now is the time to post in the comment box, and I'll be more than happy to answer anything. And we can get you started along the way. I'm going to unmute everybody, and if you have any questions, feel free to answer. Kari, you're unmuted. Thomas, you're unmuted. Sabrina, Harvey, you're unmuted. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, post box. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so y'all can see me. Awesome.
All right. Sabrina
Kari,
and
done? I hope I've done a good job for you.
yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. Sabrina, what did you think? And I don't know who the 330 number is. Can you hear me, Nelson?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Tasha and Thomas, are you still on?
Other things.
Yeah, we're on.
Okay. All right. Well, Sabrina, and again, I don't know who the 330 number is, but I'm going to find out here in a few. But anyway, with that being said, I've already made contact with those that had to leave early, and I'm going to arrange an additional call to follow up and answer any additional questions that you might have. So Nelson, don't be surprised if I call you if I have questions. But I don't want to put you guys on the spot this evening. I want to give you time to process this information. I am going to post the video in the Facebook event chat or board so that you guys, if you want to review some of the information as well as the link to the website. Of course, the company, again, is LegalShield, and I personally, if you know me, you know that I'm very big on women in the industry, and so I'm taking the stance of getting more women to become more entrepreneurs. Sabrina, you know how I am, girl power. Sorry, Thomas and Nelson. But there are a couple gentlemen that I have I have appointments with tomorrow on the phone because they didn't want to feel like they were left out. They wanted to make sure that I wanted men on their team, even though it was ladies of justice. So with that being said, you don't have to be a female, but I definitely want to empower my girls, Tasha, you included, if you want to sign up under me, not my brother, you know, since you are my sister-in-law. But we need to stand together and put together, make sure we have a voice in the entrepreneurial world. But I will be in contact with you guys. Nelson, thank you again for this evening. I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting and post the recording. Sabrina, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
All right, good night.